Tell me if this sounds familiar. You find it difficult to connect with your ideal clients on LinkedIn. You probably struggle with being shy and figuring out exactly what to chat about in the DMs without sounding salesy. You're most likely experiencing what psychologists call paralysis by analysis. This constant loop of you trying to figure it out and overanalyze every move you make is blocking your ability to have the business you always dreamed of having. This happens to a lot of entrepreneurs when they first start their journey on LinkedIn. It's happened to me too. That's why I can truly empathize with you, and today I want to help you shift into being a confident action taker. In today's video, I want to help you overcome your self-doubts so you can reach more clients on LinkedIn in the next 30 days than you did in the last several months. My goal today is to help you be more confident about taking the next steps on LinkedIn. This isn't something that's going to require you to spend tons of time, money, or energy. It's all about shifting your mindset from lack of confidence to an abundance of confidence. I've been through this same process, so I can say with confidence, here are the 3 biggest issues standing in your way of reaching more ideal clients on LinkedIn. 1, you've got to be able to shift your focus from yourself to place it on your ideal clients instead. What happens if you continue to make this about you? It's quite simple. Your business growth will continue to suffer. 2, you lack confidence simply because you don't know what to say. It's not because you're not good at what you do. It's just that you're having a hard time communicating it to the world. 3, you don't believe 100% in your value or your offer. You know you've got the skill set to execute on your offer, but you lack the confidence to sell your value and show it off to your ideal clients. So today we're going to get into all of that. Like I mentioned earlier, I was in the same boat when I started my LinkedIn journey, and here's what I learned from it. When I finally took the focus off of how I felt and focused more on my ideal clients and how they felt, it allowed me to see things from their perspective. This was the mindset shift that allowed me to start having conversations in the DM that started to convert. I know firsthand that having more confidence in your mastery and your offer makes all the difference when chatting with ideal clients in the DMs. Think of your confidence as a magnet. It attracts people to you. When your confidence is in your offer, when your confidence in your offer or value is weak, it lowers your desire to initiate meaningful conversations in the DMs. It's like a deer being stuck in the headlights. This was one of the first mindset shifts you must make as a business owner if you want to be more successful in attracting ideal clients on LinkedIn. Another big mistake that I see a lot of entrepreneurs make is that they treat LinkedIn like it's Facebook, Instagram, or some other social media. LinkedIn is very different from all of those other platforms, and here are 3 reasons why. First of all, it's the perfect platform for business conversations and connections. It was built for building connections and community around business. Second, it's perfect for building your brand. Your profile can be designed and optimized to attract clients while you sleep. Think about it. Your LinkedIn profile is like having your own 24/7 virtual storefront minus the employees. Finally, number 3, LinkedIn allows you to enhance your visibility by being seen as a thought leader. This opens you up to attracting more opportunities, collaborations, and partnerships. Plus, when it's used effectively, LinkedIn allows you to reach your ideal clients, easily make new connections, and build meaningful relationships all over the world. So, if you resonate with either of these 3 issues, I'm going to give you a checklist to help you pinpoint your gaps in your LinkedIn strategy. And if you follow the steps I'm going to outline, I know you're going to see a huge difference in your confidence level and improve your LinkedIn outreach efforts. Now, this next part is a little tricky to understand, so please just hear me out and give me a chance to dissect it before you dismiss it, okay? Your goal in the DMs is not to sell. Take a moment to really digest that. I know I had to take a moment to pause too. What's your goal? Your goal in the DMs is not to sell. It's simply to be human and to have meaningful conversations. That's it. Now, you might be wondering, what type of conversation? Well, think of it this way. Which conversation is going to get more of an emotional connection? A conversation where you're talking to an old friend, or one where you're talking to a prospect? Old friend, prospect. You want meaningful and memorable conversations. You want to have the same type of conversation you'd have with an old friend. This is also where a lot of entrepreneurs go wrong. They want to jump in the DMs and start pitch slapping, meaning they want to pitch an offer right along with hello. I only recommend this as a short-term strategy because the people who have the best success on LinkedIn are using a long-term strategy. How do I know? Because they've got the Social Selling Index Score, or SSI, to prove they know a thing or two about social selling. LinkedIn was built for social selling, and every LinkedIn account holder has an SSI score. That SSI score can go up to 100 points. Now, if you're curious about what your SSI score is, drop a link down in the comments and I'll do a detailed video about it. And that way you can gauge your progress on LinkedIn. Again, just drop a comment below and let me know if that's a video you'd like for me to do. Now, when I figured out the secret to achieving a higher SSI, my mind was blown. Before I became an expert user on LinkedIn, I fell for that bad advice from top gurus. Maybe you're watching this because you know it's time to take a deep dive into your LinkedIn strategy. Maybe you're watching this because you're ready for a custom solution that makes you more confident and comfortable when reaching out to new prospects. Well, in this next part, I'm going to reveal the biggest mistake I made on LinkedIn. The biggest mistake I made was in not fully understanding the landscape. It was confusing to figure out because the gurus kept saying, don't try to figure out the algorithm on LinkedIn, or don't pay any attention to it. But this bad advice kept me from knowing certain aspects about the algorithm. Now, I eventually realized this was terrible advice. Think about it. How can you improve anything in your business if you don't review the data? right? How can you test experiments if you don't know your numbers? After I started consistently showing up on LinkedIn and put in the work, I realized that winning on LinkedIn is all about doing one experiment after the other. It's about iterating. It's about leveraging your wins. It's about stacking up what's working. It's about stopping what's not working. Succeeding on LinkedIn is very easy when you know how. I can actually say that today. Think about all of the people you see on LinkedIn who make it look easy, and consider this. Most business owners don't have a money problem. They have a knowledge problem. They lack the knowledge needed to overcome their business problem, and I can prove it. The Small Business Administration says that less than 10% of business owners earn over $100K annually. So, what do the top 10% know that you don't? They figured out how to surpass their limitations. Want to know how they did it? They did it by seeking help in areas where they lack knowledge, and I can prove it. There's an interesting article by Investopedia. I'll put the link in the description. The article says a lack of business acumen on the part of management can cripple a small business. That's why the top 10% delegate certain tasks. It's not because they don't have the time. It's because they know their skill set isn't at a high level. The article went on to say that poorly executed marketing campaigns can negatively affect revenue. So, if you're serious about winning on LinkedIn and attracting more clients, consider this. The world around you is your sphere of influence, and it's up to you to take control of it. That's why having a presence on LinkedIn isn't just about attracting your ideal clients. It's about showing up as a thought leader and taking ownership of your market position. It's about taking ownership of your brand and your legacy. Did you know that fewer than 10% of LinkedIn users post on a weekly basis? So, learning how to network on LinkedIn is going to put you ahead of the competition. But if you don't figure this out, there's a lot at risk, like loss of profits, business failure, loss of confidence, untapped potential, loss of opportunities. If you know you can't afford to risk all of this, it's probably a sign that it's time for change. Remember that change is greater than progress, and change is what creates new possibilities and opportunities. Think about what's possible once you conquer your fear of LinkedIn. You can have more of the life and business you dreamed about and less stress and anxiety. You gain the ability to have meaningful work, relationships, and so much more. You gain more self-confidence and the power to attract ideal clients on demand. Plus, you have more time freedom and more money. So, in terms of your ability to grow on LinkedIn, imagine what would your life and business look like once you have a solid knowledge on how to attract ideal clients and what to say to them. If you're shy about putting yourself out there and know that being a LinkedIn guru isn't your style, why not work with someone like me who still remembers what it was like to struggle before figuring it out? Once you have LinkedIn figured out, you'll gain the compound effect of doing the right thing on LinkedIn over and over and over. We don't even realize how much compounding is actually going on because most of it is happening out of sight. That repetition of doing the right thing over and over and over makes all the difference in the world, because It's the type of consistency that will eventually allow you to see the outcome you've been dreaming of: more clients and more money. Right now, it's important for you to see that you have more power than you realize. And your greatest power lies in gaining enough courage to take your business to the next level. Your ability to show up on LinkedIn as a thought leader is the key to your dream becoming your reality. What if you were able to show up powerfully on LinkedIn day in and day out? Imagine that. If you're ready to use LinkedIn to your full advantage, here are 5 pivots I had to make, and they're the same 5 pivots I recommend for you. 1, a profitable premium profile. 2, a clear value proposition. 3, a high value profitable offer. 4, a DM strategy. And 5, a content strategy. Being successful in your business all boils down to creating a solid foundation that's sustainable and that allows you to grow in any economy. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. If you're new to this channel, I started my consulting business more than 20 years after single-handedly solving a $375 million problem for L'Oreal. But it took me over 20 years to discover it was my mastery. Once I started scaling my mastery and implementing those same 5 pivots, I was finally able to gain the confidence to attract ideal clients so I can have the business I always dreamed of having. Here's one of my client success stories. Susan, which is not a real name, was an MBA graduate. She had over 8 years business experience when we first met, but she was a frustrated tax preparer and enrolled agent. Plus, she was tired of seasonal income, had difficult clients, and she was ready to throw in the towel. Can you relate? Within 90 days of working with me, she was able to accomplish 7 life-changing goals. 1, we created a high-value offer. 2, we designed a new lead magnet. 3, we started up a community of bookkeepers. 4, we gave her a premium-looking profile on LinkedIn. 5, we reimagined her work week to reduce her hours. 6, we implemented a referral system with over 7 bookkeepers. 7, we put her in position to attract speaking engagements and new business opportunities. Now, in the beginning, she said she hated LinkedIn, but I knew she only hated LinkedIn because she didn't understand it. Maybe you can relate. I can relate because I felt the same way until I started to understand how LinkedIn works. Now, look at me. I'm an advocate. As a result of the solution I created for her, guess what she did? She was able to earn a 200% plus return on investment on my service fees. Plus, she was able to take 2 months off every year instead of just 1 month off. Here's what this taught me. If you try to reach everyone on LinkedIn, you'll fail. LinkedIn isn't about reaching everyone. It's about reaching the right people with the right solution at the right time. Scale Your Brand Mastery in Business is the solution that can help you achieve it all. When you show up on LinkedIn and add value, you'll gain trust and become an industry leader. When you lead with your mastery, your confidence acts as a magnet. It allows you to start vibing with people more easily, and your energy starts to shine through. What is mastery? Mastery is the ability to perform a physical or mental activity at a high level while allowing your true personality to shine through. I get joy out of helping entrepreneurs become the type of leader who leaves a legacy. Susan told me she wanted to become the first millionaire in her family. I'm grateful that I was a part of her journey. What's in your way of the business you always dreamed of? Is fear of failure or fear of success getting in your way? You can download the checklist, but it's not going to do you any good to have the right steps but still fail to take action. Here's what I'm certain of. Confidence breeds confidence. It allows you to go from curiosity to passion to purpose. Think about that. When they're all combined, it creates a powerful mindset reset. I know because that's what happened to me, and that's what happened to Susan. That's why it's important for you to lean into your mastery. Your mastery is your superpower, and it has the potential to help you take your business to the next level if you're ready to leverage it. If you know you deserve better and you're ready for success, why not reach out to me and let me help you? Let's unite to remove the financial pressure from your business. Think of it like this. Purpose plus strategy allows you to create more impact while serving others. That's where the real magic comes from. You don't know what you don't know, but with the right guide by your side, you'll feel so much more empowered because you'll have a ton of clarity to push you forward. If you have an efficient path forward, it will empower you to reach your income goals before you spend a ton of money or experience burnout. I'm a burnout survivor, and that's why it was super important for me to find a better way to maintain a sustainable and successful business. Take action right now by clicking the link in the description.